Coming to you live from the Spire Institute in Greater Cleveland, Ohio. It's day 2 of the 2024 NCAA Division II National Championships. We are ready for an awesome night with, frankly, some of truly the top athletes in the country after we saw lots of good swims and prelims this morning, and actually a couple that were probably going to be costly and will affect tonight's overall standings. I'm Brendan Gulick. Thanks for tuning in tonight. We are going to start the evening with the women's 100-yard butterfly. We'll have the men and women swimming in back-to-back events all night long. The 100 fly, 4 IM, 200 freestyle. We'll also have the women's 3-meter diving competition and the 400 medley relay. At the start of the night tonight, on the ladies' side, Nova Southeastern leads the competition with 155 points. Drury and Colorado Mesa tied for second, 124.5. And then it's UIndy in fourth with 105. There's a big separation right now between UIndy and Lynn, who has 55 points in fifth place. Nova Southeastern's ladies trying to repeat as national champions. And I think there's a decent chance they could score well tonight because they have several women that are in good position. They'll have championship finalists in each of the three swim events on the individual side, and certainly we'll see them in the third of three finals in the 400 medley relay later on. So expect the Sharks to score some good points tonight. Here is your schedule of events for the evening in order. We'll have a consolation final and championship final for each of those first 6 events as we continue on throughout the evening. All right, in the consolation final, Heat 1 in the women's 100 fly, it's Mariana de Alencar from Drury, Colorado School of Mines in lane 2, Ann Osman, Emmanuel Senior, Susanna Ungo in 3, Kira Borchert in lane 4, sophomore from Colorado Mesa, freshman from Drury in lane 5, Anastasia Yermishina, Alyssa Wager from Grand Valley is in 6, Alicia Pankowitz, young lady from Davenport in 7, and from Southern Connecticut, a junior in lane 8, it's Justice Glasgow. Women are told to relax for just a moment. Looks like there might be a problem there with your machina. All right, off we go into the pool. It was Borchert in lane 4 from Colorado Mesa that just missed this evening's championship final, when this morning she swam 54.48. That was 1/100th away from swimming for first-team All-American status. It's a 50 down and back. So for 100, they'll go down and back twice. Swim in lane 1 as well as 3. How about that? Ungo and Borchert were tied. 25.46, the first split. De Alencar in lane 1 was in 3rd place. Moving along at a good clip. Borchert looks solid in 4. Last year, Kira Borchert was in this consolation final and lost the race. This year, she's trying to win the B final. Wager in lane 6 was a first-team All-American last year. She's charging hard. It's a really close finish, and it belongs to Borchert. Colorado Mesa starts the night strong with a victory in the B final. Kira Borchert. Justice Glasgow, well done. Excellent job with 28.68. There on the back end. That was the fastest among her competitors in that second stretch. She comes in second. All right, so Borchert will get out of the pool a B final winner, second team All-American. Getting ready to set up our first championship final of the night, where the defending champion is not in the field this year. Carson Newman's Manon Compagner has since graduated, so we will have a new champion this year, but it may not be a first-time champ because Luna Mertens from Lynn in lane 5 was the 2022 national champion. All right, lane 1, a senior from Tampa, Maddie Barnes. She was 3rd in the Sunshine State Conference this year when she PR'd at the conference meet, but bettered that this morning. Great for Maddie. Incredible. She missed the evening session each of the last 2 years, but is now swimming in the A final. Great for her. Tahani Kong, a Hawaii native, freshman from Cal State East Bay in lane 2. She was DQ'd in prelims in the conference meet at the Pacific Collegiate Swim Conference, but qualified for nationals on the time trial and then PR'd this morning. Great for Ms. Kong. Lane 3, a two-time first-team All-American, a senior from Tampa, Isabel Sering. She was 4th at the conference meet this year and had her best time ever this morning, 54:01. National top qualifier this morning, a sophomore from Nova Southeastern. It's Rafaela Rorich. She is the Sunshine State Conference champion this year in a PR time of 53:15. Conference runner-up when Rorich won was Luna Mertens, who was third a year ago after winning 2 seasons back. Her personal record is 52:19. That's faster than anyone else has ever gone in the pool, so keep your eye on Mertens here tonight. She was unbelievable in helping Lynn win the 200 medley relay last night because of her butterfly stroke. Lane 6, a sophomore from Findlay, Emily Mears-Bentley, who won the B final last year. This year the champion in the Great Midwest Mountain East Conference. The lady from Findlay has played really well this year. Melly Week, the GLVC champ, is in 7. And in lane 8, first-team All-American last year, Michaela Cloth, this year's New South Conference champ. Off we go. The favorite this morning in lane 4 is Rafaela Rorich, but Luna Mertens is a national champion in this event in her past. All 8 swimmers pretty tight so far on their way to the break wall. Maybe the top of the pool, which by the way is lane 8 on the top of your screen, working down to 1. Lanes 4 and 5 look good. Mertens and Rorich are right there. I think right now Mertens has just a little bit of a lead. She does hit first, in fact, by just about 0.14 seconds. Third place to Sering in lane 3 at the halfway point. Mertens and Rorich starting to separate themselves a little bit. Here comes Rafaela. Nova Southeastern had a great day yesterday on the ladies' side. Could they start day 2 of the championship as well? Look at Rafaela Rorich. She's losing a little bit of ground. Sering coming strong. What a close finish. 4 lanes in the middle of the pool. It is Rorich. 53:16. 0.11 in front of Luna Mertens. And the Sharks have a national title. Missed her PR by 1/100th of a second. But I guarantee you Rafaela Rorich isn't thinking about that as much as she is the fact that she is standing atop the Division II mountaintop in the women's 100 butterfly. Congratulations to sophomore Rafaela Rorich. What a cool moment for her. Ready for the men's 100 butterfly. In lane 1, a 5th-year senior from Tampa, Blake Moran, who had a massive PR today to get into the evening swim. Jan Bilecki, a junior from Fresno Pacific, 2nd-team All-American a year ago. He's in 2. Lane 3, 2nd-team All-American last year, Indy sophomore Oscar Sawicki. A couple of 5th-year seniors in the middle from Clarion and Saginaw Valley, Connor Carey and Alejandro Robles Ruiz. Lane 6 is Mihir Ambre, a junior from UND. McKendry Jr., Patrick Rosenick in 7, and Luke Dingus is in 8. He's a sophomore from Rollins College down in Florida. National record in this event is 44:32, set back 5 years ago by Mariusz Kusz from Queen's University in Charlotte. In fact, it was 5 years ago today, March 14th, 2019. Good swimming here from Moran down in lane 1. Blake Moran looks pretty solid at the moment. Out of the water early in lane 6 from Ambre. Trying to make it happen. He's got some competition there in the middle. Connor Carey surging toward the end, and it's Carey. 47:06. Carey, Ambre, Bilecki in that order. Congratulations, Connor Carey, on a good swim. He's only 6/100ths off what he had this morning. By the way, he missed the A final by 1/100th of a second. The margins here at Nationals are incredibly thin. You got to be on it all morning long. All right, let's go to our championship finalists as they prepare to enter from the door off to the side of the podium, where we'll first meet in lane 1, Carson Newman freshman Daniel De Oliveira, who PR'd this morning by about a quarter of a second. He is the South Atlantic champion in league record time this year, 46.91, and then was faster earlier today. Lane 2, a fifth-year senior from Tampa, Miami native Adrian Aguilar. He is the Sunshine State Conference champ. Did it in a season-best time, but it is not his career best, which he did at Florida State when swimming ACCs last year. Lane 3, Tim Stallings. He's the champion in the Great Midwest Mountain East Conference. Won the national championship in this event 3 years ago. 2 years ago, runner-up. Last year, he was in 4th place. The defending champion not in the field, Greg Lashinsky, has since graduated from McKendree. Top qualifier this morning is Camilo Marugo Montano, a junior from Findlay, two-time first-team All-American. He was the conference runner-up to Stallings this year, but he won the league in the 200 fly and in the 50 free. And he PR'd earlier today at 45.86, the only sub 46-second time. Jace Pinkney, last year a first-team All-American. After a couple years ago, couldn't get out of prelims. Fifth-year senior from Henderson State in lane 5 is the new South champion this year in PR time, which he tied this morning, 46.02. Another personal best this morning for Drury sophomore Alejandro Villarejo, 46.48, after he took 3rd place at the GLVC meet this year for Drury. McKendree hopes to have a repeat champion, although it won't be Greg Lashinsky. They hang their hat on Jackson Lustig, the junior, who was 3rd a year ago. After 2 seasons back, he was the 2nd alternate, definitely moving in the right direction. He won the conference championship in both the 100 and 200 fly this year. And Jack Armstrong out of Manvel, Texas, 5th-year senior for Henderson State, is in lane 8. This young man is having a great year and can go as fast as 46.39. The Findlay Oilers in lanes 3 and 4, they are certainly among the favorites, with Pinkney and Villarejo certainly there too. Excellent start for Marugo Montano in lane 4. Powerful stroke, you can feel him in the water. Pinkney is fading back. What underwater work from Stallings. That was amazing. Aguilar coming hard in lane 2. This is a great race. 1, 2, 3 they go, so tight. Marugo Montano, Stallings, and Aguilar are all right next to each other. Stallings a little bit better that time underwater. They're almost at the break wall. Here comes Pinkney in lane 5. This is an awesome race as the timers get out of their chairs. Pinkney, Marugo Montano, Stallings, Aguilar. They're all at the front. Nobody else pushing. Who's going to get there first? It is Tim Stallings. 24.76 on his last split. And by 3/100ths, he beats his teammate as Findlay goes 1-2. Jace Pinkney in 3rd, Villarejo in 4th. What a moment for the Oilers. For the 2nd time in his career, Tim Stallings, the national champion in the 100 butterfly. Time for event 14 in your programs, the women's 400-yard IM. Our defending national champion is in the field in the championship final coming up in a bit. Nova Southeastern's May Lowy. But first, the consolation final. Benedetta Pepe Puglisi, a freshman from UNC Pembroke, is in lane 1. Lane 2 is Nita Schiff, fifth-year senior from Nova Southeastern. In lane 3, Katie O'Connell, a sophomore from Grand Valley State, who was 7th in this race a year ago. Tough morning for Aurora Duncan. She was the national runner-up in this event last season and unfortunately missed the championship final. Young lady from Irvine, California is in lane 4. Aurora certainly going to try to win as many points as she can for her Drury Panthers. She was 7th at the GLVC meet this year, 4 minutes 29.46. I have a feeling she was tapering for something different because this morning was much more like what we've expected from her at times. 4:22.82 in prelims. Last year, when she was at the top of her game, 4 minutes 15.43. So she is capable of moving incredibly well in this event. We'll see if Aurora Duncan can put together that kind of performance right now in first place in lane 4. Larissa Alves, a senior from Lewis, is in lane 5. It's Amanda Anderson from Azusa Pacific in 6. Lane 7, Olivia Miles, a junior from Florida Southern. She PR'd this morning, 4:25.23. And Shanna Dillman, sophomore for the West Florida Argonauts. She is up in lane 8 at 4:25.62 this morning. In the backstroke, where Duncan looks really solid so far, and Anderson is in second place. Third place probably is in lane 8, I think, with Dillman. It's a bit more competitive, though, after that. Schiff, one of 2 Sharks to be swimming in the night session after May Lowy made it in the championship final here in just a few minutes. You can see how far out in front of the field Aurora Duncan is at the moment. She is not close to any of her competitors. In fact, Aurora Duncan last year, I think she'll look back on that and say, gosh, in my entire career, that was some of the best swimming I ever put together. She had 3 national silver medals at NCAAs in Indianapolis a year ago. Duncan cruising along. She's in first place by more than 3 seconds right now. It's Dillman, then Anderson, then Alves, 8, 6, and 5. Those lanes closest to Aurora Duncan. By the way, the second best qualifying time in the country this year belongs to a young woman who you certainly know her name at this point if you follow Division II swimming, Emily Trieschmann from Nova Southeastern, but she did not enter this event this weekend. She's swimming in some other events along the way. You can't swim everything, so she passed on the 400 IM, I have to admit. Hard to blame her. This is a really tough event. Duncan is cruising at the moment. She looks really good. Good breaststroke up in lane 8-2 from Dillman. I see a lot of separation in the breaststroke in particular. Duncan settles in. Here we go. By the way, the championship final may not be particularly competitive if everyone swims around what they've shown they're capable of this year. We'll have to see how that all plays out. That's why you actually swim the race. You just never know. Gosh, we even saw last night in the men's 50-yard freestyle where the favorite got hurt on his way into the pool. They don't win titles on paper. Duncan 30.83, Dillman 30.41. But the difference between the two of them is still 2 seconds as Shanna Dillman tries to swim down Aurora Duncan. They've been in the pool for just about 4 minutes and 5 seconds. Here we go on the way home. Can Dillman chase down Duncan? Those two have certainly separated themselves from the rest. And the Drury Panthers are going to get a win in the B final. Aurora Duncan, 4:18.80. That is much more like Ms. Duncan. Second place to Dillman, third for Nita Schiff. 4:18.80 is probably going to stand up as, I would bet you, one of probably the top 5 or 6 times in the field if you were to combine these two finals. But it is a consolation and championship final, not 2 sections of timed finals. So Duncan will not become a first-team All-American on the podium. Instead wins her race, and will have to have that satisfaction on her way back home. Here come the championship finalists, and this one should be fun. Benedict Nagy's in lane 4, the transfer from Nevada, 5th-year senior at Colorado Mesa, a young lady from Reno. And if she does what she's capable of, this shouldn't be close. This morning, she went out and swam this race in 4:13.99, which was basically 3.5 seconds faster than the field. And the closest competitor to her, Maria Femuñoz from Drury in lane 5, PR'd by 2.12 seconds. Nagy, not only the top national qualifier, the Rocky Mountain Athletic Conference champion, in 4:11 flat. She won that race by more than 10 seconds over Sophia Baines, a junior from Colorado Mesa, Monument, Colorado native, who PR'd this morning. Baines is a first-team All-American a year ago. She gets a nice round of applause there. Nagy is about to be introduced. In lane 6, May Lowy, the defending national champion. She also won the Sunshine State Conference this year in a season best time, 4:18.08. Lane 7, Selena Schmidt, German national, who competes for UIndy, breaststroke specialist. She PR'd this morning, 4:21.87. Did not swim this event competitively at conference meet. She qualified at the UIndy Last Chance meet in the 4:22.03, and then this morning PR'd by a couple of tenths. So good for Ms. Schmidt. And how about in lane 8, Claire Conover, junior from Drury, who is the GLVC champion in personal best time 4:16.74. Great to see Claire get into the championship final this year, because last year she was disqualified. I know that's been weighing on her conscience as she gets ready for the 2024 championship season. I'll introduce you to lanes 1 and 2 here in just a moment as well. Ladies are up on the blocks. Lane 2 is a junior from Indianapolis and a Spanish native, Andrea Gomez Espinoza. She's been 5th in this race each of the last 2 years, so trying to come a little bit higher this year if she can, but no matter what, as long as she finishes or isn't DQ'd, she'll be a 3-time first-team All-American in this race. And in lane 1, one of the best stories of the weekend, a senior from Westchester, Sophia Gerhardt, pride of Spring Mills, Pennsylvania, who did not get out of prelims at nationals each of the last 2 years, but PR'd this morning by 0.6 of a second, 4:22.12, and she is swimming for a national championship representing the Pennsylvania State Athletic Conference, where she was their conference champion this year. Benedict Nagy in lane 4 is the favorite. Again, she went altitude-adjusted 4:11 flat in the Rocky Mountain Athletic Conference Championships. Right now, lanes 4 and 2 are toward the front. It's Nagy and Gomez Espinoza, with Nagy out in front by a little more than a second. Into the backstroke we go. We've seen national championships already today for Nova Southeastern ladies and the Findlay men. May Lowy in lane 6, swimming just fine. But she is not near the front of the pool at the moment. The defending champion's got a lot of work to do, because Nagy is cruising through this backstroke. This is such a grueling race. Andrea Gomez Espinoza this morning led the 3rd prelim heat for the first half of the race until Sophia Baines came roaring back to the front with her great breaststroke and never let up. So we'll see if Baines can make up that ground in the breaststroke again. Gomez Espinoza came in 2nd in that heat with Gerhardt in 3rd. They all qualified for the night swim. Benedict Nagy, last night's 200 IM champion, trying to double it up and do the 4 IM as well. Lowy was impressive last night, but not able to keep up with Benedict Nagy. She was a full 5 seconds behind Miss Nagy. This is where Lowy is hopeful, and so is Selena Schmidt, that they can make up some ground because their breaststrokes are really, really powerful. Here comes Lowy in lane 6. She is definitely making a push toward the front. How about that? Lowy's gone from, I believe, 6th into 3rd place, 35.96. The only one faster in the pool was Drury in lane 8. Claire Conover's breaststroke has been solid. Definitely seeing some shifting in the pool, but nobody's gotten to where Benedict Nagy is swimming yet. Nagy is about 1/3 of the length of the pool in front of everybody else, and she is the first one into the freestyle. 3:10.92 was Nagy's touch. 3:16.76. May Lowy in 2nd place. That is a massive lead for Benedict Nagy. This is quickly becoming a race for 2nd place, isn't it? Benedict Nagy, 29.84, outstanding. Claire Conover starting to turn it on a little bit in 8. Closest to Benedict Nagy is in lanes 2 and 6. Gomez Espinoza from UIndy and Lowy from Nova Southeastern. Sharks are hoping they can score some team points here, but nobody's going to get more than Colorado Mesa. How about Benedict Nagy? 2 national championships in 2 days with a new personal best, 4:10.40. 2nd place to Gomez Espinoza, 4.6 seconds behind her. May Lowy finishes this year in 3rd. Great swim for Colorado Mesa. Two titles in 2 days for the 5th-year senior from Reno, Nevada. By the way, that's the first Colorado Mesa women's swimmer to ever win the 400 IM National Championship. Outstanding. All right, time to meet your men's 400-yard IM consolation finalists. Lane 1 from Wayne State, junior Trevor Jones. Lane 2 from Colorado School of Mines, the Rocky Mountain Athletic Conference runner-up, junior Ronan Loninger. Lane 3 is a freshman from UIndy. Swam a PR at the conference meet, Silas Busing, the younger brother of the great Cedric Busing, who we'll see swimming here in the championship final. Zambor Budoso, the 5th-year senior from Ouachita Baptist. He's in lane 4 after a 3:51.38 this morning. Missed the championship final by just over 1/10 of a second. Akos Hajigos, a freshman from Florida Tech, had a great swim this morning, 3:51.45. The SSC runner-up PR'd earlier today by 2.18 seconds. He's in lane 5. It's Marcus Mack from Simon Fraser, the sophomore, was 3rd in the conference meet this year. He's in 6. Oklahoma Christian freshman Eli Rowland had kind of a tough morning, 3:54.79. Certainly not what he's shown he's capable of this year. Rowland going to try to do something special here in the consolation final. He's in lane 7. And Miguel Marcos, a junior from Wingate, who was a 2nd-team All-American in this event last year. He's swimming for the Bulldogs up at the top of the pool. Nicely done from Silas Busing and Marcus Mack. These guys are at the front of the pool. Lane 5 with Hajigos hanging close. Backstroke going well for Busing. Silas Busing this morning, 3:51.68. His best mark this year came in 6th nationally. 3:49.83. So he's a bit disappointed with the way that went. See if he can make something happen here tonight, though. Silas 28-35, his last split, nicely done. It's Hajigos and Mock, second and third at the moment as we get into the breaststroke. Beautiful power, smooth swimming, top of the water. Nicely done from Busing. Silas moving along 2:20.59 as he hit the wall that last time. Second place, Mock 2:24.01. Big lead right now for the UIndy Greyhounds. How cool would it be to have the Busing brothers win both heats? That would be quite a celebration, even though only one of them in that case would actually take home some hardware. Silas into the free stroke. Freestyle 33.27, his last split. 33.12 for Mock, who didn't make up a ton of ground there. Marcus Mock from Simon Fraser. Closing ground a little bit. Down and back one more time. Pretty good work there from Eli Rowland from OCU. He's in the mix. Kind of slow at the moment from Ouachita Baptist senior Budoso. He's trying to catch up. Boy, Mock has really turned it on. Look at the pressure coming in lane 6. I don't think Busing realizes how close this has gotten compared to where it was, but it is still a Silas Busing victory. 3:48.82, and UIndy takes the B final. Mock just in that last 50 shaved off 0.7 of a second. Well done by Silas Busing. Trevor Jones from Wayne State, punching the pool water. Get the impression he wasn't thrilled with that. 3:54.01 is 0.9 of a second faster than he swam this morning. Yeah, maybe that was a celebratory punch in the water. Who knows? So earlier this year, his best mark was 3:54.58. So perhaps he was smiling underneath that furrowed brow. Either way, that's how they wrap up on the consolation final. All right, championship finalists parading in. And our defending champion is back in the water in lane 7. Santi Corredor, a young man from Tampa, formerly of the Florida Gators and Florida State Seminoles, competing now for the Tampa Spartans. And he's got a chance to go out and double up, defend his national title. But first, let's meet our guys in lane 1, the champion from the Pennsylvania State Athletic Conference, Kolos Nagy. Lane 2, Joao Nogueira, 4th in this race a year ago, a sophomore from Drury. In lane 3, sophomore from Missouri S&T, it's Connor Bischel. He's the runner-up in the Great Lakes Valley Conference this year in PR time. Finishing in second place to the guy swimming next to him, Cedric Busing, the national runner-up each of the last 2 years, who is just now getting back up to the blocks there. Cedric swam this 3:51.58. 43.78. 5 seconds faster than Bishop. Top qualifying time this morning belonged to Busing, but Ben Sampson, who was third in this race a year ago. Ben Sampson had a good night last night. Let's see if he could put on a show this evening. Sampson in lane 5, top national qualifier, the Rocky Mountain Athletic Conference champion. His adjusted altitude time, 3:40.20. Last night, Sampson won the 2IM. Corridor came in third. Joao Nogueira came in second. Lane 6 is Northern Michigan junior Daniel Aponte, the GLIAC champ this year, who had a crazy morning. When Aponte won the GLIACs this year, he did it in 3:53.88. This morning he swam 3:49.99, a PR by almost 4 seconds. I want to be peaking at the right time of year, that's for sure. Lane 7 looking good from Santi Corredor. 3:50.39 this morning to get him in. His PR in this event is 3:44.55, but that was 6 years ago, 2018. And in lane 8, Kirill Sidorko, a sophomore from Lewis, who was 4th at the GLVC meet this year when he PR'd at 3:50.88. Keep our eye on Sidorko. Corridor swimming toward the front of the pool along with Ben Sampson in 5. It is competitive. Busing is right there too. At the moment, Bischel, the first one to hit in lane 3. Ponte in 2, or I should say in 6, is in second. And Sampson in lane 5 is in third place. But the last splits there's not a ton of difference. Lane 4, lane 5, lane 7, all look good. Busing, Sampson, Corridor. Sampson touched first, then Busing, then Corridor in that order. Separation here in the backstroke. Bottom of the pool, Nagy trying to hang on for Westchester. I can't imagine how much fun it would be to swim in a championship final after having such a huge prelim in the morning, knowing that you're feeling like you're at the top of your performance. Sampson still leads Busing as we get into the breaststroke. This is where Cedric Busing is so good. Meanwhile, Corridor in lane 7 is hanging tough. This is a great race right now between those 3 lanes for first. Look at the underwater work there in lane 5. Ben Sampson looks terrific. Sampson, 30.91, extends his lead just a little bit. He's about a full second in front of Busing. But who will prevail when we get into the freestyle? Again, earlier this year, Sampson swam 3:40.20. Busing has gone as low as 3:43.78, but they are neck and neck as we get ready to start the freestyle. The lead has grown just a little bit. It's a full second for Sampson over Busing. How are we going to go here? Corridor in third, 4th to Nogueira at the moment. Then it's Bischel, Aponte, Nagy, and Sidorko. Ben Sampson won the national championship last night in the 200 IM. 3rd in this race a year ago. He's got a lead of about a body length over UIndy's Cedric Busing. Busing is closing here late. This is getting really tight. Last 25. Mesa and Greyhounds fans can barely stand to watch. Look at this. What a finish. Sampson, Busing. Who touches first? It is Sampson by 1/100th of a second. Both of those marks are below the all-time Division II national record. Ben Sampson, the fastest 4-IMer in D2 history. What an incredible race. Colorado Mesa has the two best 400 IMers in America. The women's 400 champion is Benedict Nagy. The men's 4IM champion is Ben Sampson. Congratulations to each of them. All right, we'll turn things over to our public address system here. We are about to see the award presentation handed out. First event.
Your top 16. In 16th place, from Drury, Anastasia Yormazjana. In 15th place, from Davenport, Alicia Pinkowitz. In 14th place, from Drury, Mariana De Olenkar. In 13th place, from Emmanuel, Susanna Ungo. In 12th place, from Colorado School of Mines, Annie Osman. In 11th place, from Grand Valley, Alyssa Winger. In 10th place, from Southern Connecticut, Justice Glasgow. And in 9th place, from Colorado Mesa, Kiara Borkart. We need Michaela Clark from Delta State to the awards ready area. And we need Luna Mertens from Lynn to the awards ready area. Ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome to the deck your top 8 finishers in the women's 100-yard butterfly. In 8th place with a time of 54.65, from Cal State East Bay, Tahani Kong. In 7th place with a time of 54.64, from Delta State, Michaela Clark. In 6th place with a time of 54.01, from Tampa, Madison Barnes. In 5th place with a time of 53.92, from Drury, Malai Vick. In 4th place with a time of 53.57, from Tampa, Isabella Searing. In 3rd place with a time of 53.39, from Findlay, Emily Mears Bentley. Your 2024 national runner-up in the women's 100-yard butterfly with a time of 53.27, from Lynn, Luna Merton. And your 2024 national champion in the women's 100-yard butterfly with a championship time of 53.16, from Nova Southeastern, Rafaela Rorich with a new. Presenting the award, her head coach from Nova Southeastern, Ben Hewitt. We need Jack Armstrong from Henderson State to the awards ready area. Jack Armstrong, Henderson State to the awards ready area. We need our women's 200-yard freestyle championship finalists to the race ready area. Event 13, men's 100-yard butterfly, top 16. In 16th place from Rawlins, Luke Dings. In 15th place from Tampa, Blake Moran. In 14th place from Indy, Oscar Sawicki. In 13th place from Saginaw Valley, Alejandro Robles Ruiz. In 12th place from McKendree, Patrick Roseneck. In 11th place from Fresno Pacific, Jan Bailiki. In 10th place from Indy, Mahir Ambre. And in 9th place from Clarion, Connor Carey. Ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome your top 8 finishers in the men's 100-yard butterfly. In 8th place with a time of 47:37 from Henderson State, Jack Armstrong. In 7th place with a time of 46:63 from Carson Newman, Daniel De Oliveira. In 6th place with a time of 46:44 from McKendree, Jackson Lustig. In 5th place with a time of 46:41 from Tampa, Adrian Aguilar. In 4th place for the time of 46:37 from Drury, Alejandro Viero. In 3rd place with a time of 46:17 from Henderson State, Chase Pickney. Your 2024 national runner-up with a time of 45:99 from Findlay, Camilo Marugo. Being presented by his head coach, Diego Santos, with a championship time of 45:96. Your 2024 national champion in the men's 100-yard butterfly from Findlay, Timothy Stallings. We need our top 8 women in the 200-yard freestyle to the race ready area. Once again, our top 8.
All right, so the award presentations there wrapped up for the 100 butterfly. We'll have the award presentation for the 4 IM after the 200-yard freestyle races, which are about to begin on the ladies' side with the consolation final. And by the way, the women's team standings as this race begins: Nova Southeastern 197 points, Drury 180.5, Colorado Mesa 165.5, UIndy 135. Those are really the 4 that at the moment seem to have any legitimate shot. But we'll see if maybe somebody toward the bottom there could make a big push. We'll show you the men's updated standings before we get the guys back in the pool. 200-yard freestyle consolation final in lane 1. A sophomore from McKendree, Jocelyn Zagola. Lane 2, a fifth-year senior from Colorado Mesa, and a 2-time second-team All-American, and 1-time, 3 years ago, a first-team All-American, Lauren White. Truman State junior Emily Traub is in lane 3. Lane 4, Kira Pozvi, who finished 4th in this event last season. 5th-year senior at Wayne State, the GLIAC champion this year, it's Jordan Fox. Laura DeConnick swimming for Lynn in lane 6. Sophia Kenzior for West Florida in lane 7. Westchester senior Michaela Nines is in lane 8. Pretty cool for Kenzior. Last year when she qualified for nationals, she did not get out of prelims, had the 44th fastest time for the Argos, and this year she has qualified for the night swim with a 1:50.03 earlier this morning. By the way, DeConnick PR'd last year at the national meet, 1:49.67, almost hit that earlier today, so we'll keep our eye on her final numbers along the way. Jordan Fox from Wayne State, so far so good. GLIAC has a good start with Traub in 2nd for Truman State. Down and back 4 times. The defending national champion is in the field in the championship final, so we could see a back-to-back here in 2024. We'll find out if Amelia Roningdahl from Nova Southeastern is able to make that happen. Jordan Fox stays in the lead, but it's about a 3/10 lead over DeConnick for Lynn, who's certainly swimming well. Those two next to each other in 5 and 6 at the top of the pack. In fact, at the moment, I think DeConnick may have overtaken her. By the way, I gave you the women's team standings before the start of this race. It should boost for Nova Southeastern because they have 3 Sharks in the championship final coming up. So as long as there isn't a DQ for any of those 3 young women, Nova Southeastern should rack up some team points, you would think, in a big way. 2 of those 3 in particular are outstanding, Roningdahl and Treachman. Good race going in the pool at the moment. Laura DeConnick. She was 4th at the Sunshine State Conference meet a couple weeks ago, 11th a year ago, trying to hang on at the end, and DeConnick gets it done. 1:48.84, the fastest she has ever gone in the 200 freestyle. 2nd place to Jordan Fox, 3rd to Lauren White. Only Maverick in either heat is Lauren White. So points there for Colorado Mesa. Try to keep pace. All right, let's move to the championship final. This is awesome. In lane 1, a sophomore from Grand Valley State, Lucy Headley, swam a PR back in October to get into the national meet, 1:48.46. Was the GLIAC runner-up this year, and she has revenge on her mind. Was DQ'd last year at nationals for a false start. We'll see if Headley can come out and swim the Lakers to a title in this race. Roningdahl, a sophomore from Nova Southeastern's in lane 2. 2nd best qualifying time in the country this year. She did it as part of a relay. She was the conference runner-up, but she is the defending national champion. Montana White in lane 3, junior from Azusa Pacific. 1st-team All-American 2 years ago, 2nd-team All-American last year. She is the Pacific Collegiate Swim Conference champion. PR'd this morning, 1:48.12. Top qualifier from prelims, bronze medalist last year, the terrific Emily Treachman, a junior from Nova Southeastern, who was the top national qualifier this year as well, 1:47.08. She is the Sunshine State Conference champion. In lane 5, another conference champ, this time from the Rocky Mountain Athletic Conference. It's Tori McClensick, who was 4th 2 years ago. Josie Bushel, senior from Drury, 5th last year after she did not get out of prelims 2 seasons back. She had a great swim this morning, PR'd at 1:48.38. She is the GLVC champion. Another conference champ in lane 7, Nina Azarovich, out of the South Atlantic Conference representing Wingate. She was unable to get out of prelims last year, but this morning PR'd by almost 9/10 of a second. So she's got some momentum coming into this championship final, where she'll swim next to Rafaela Rorich, who's already had her moment atop the podium tonight after winning the 100 butterfly. Rorich, a sophomore from Nova Southeastern, Finished third in this race at the conference meet a couple of weeks ago. This is where things fell apart a little bit for Mesa this morning. Colorado Mesa had 3 young ladies not qualify for night swims that were all very hopeful to do so. And they only got Lauren White into the consolation final. Plus, with 3 Sharks in this championship final, could see some real separation here in those team scores. Lane 7 and 8 taking their times. Maybe threw everybody off for a second there. All right, now everybody seemed a little out of whack. And so now everybody comes off the blocks. Take a deep breath. Division II National Championship of the 200-yard freestyle. Azusa Pacific, Simon Fraser, and Wingate have never had a national champion in this event. Drury hasn't won since 2014. Grand Valley's last win in 2016. Nova Southeastern not only won last year, but previously in 2017 when Emma Wallstrom took home top honors. 4 times down and back. Lanes 3 and 4 looking good. White and Trieschmann. It is Trieschmann just 2 100ths faster on that first touch than Headley and Roningdahl. Lanes 1 through 4 were the 4 fastest. At the moment, it looks like Trieschmann is pulling out in front just a little bit. Remember, Emily had the second fastest 400 IM time in the country, but she did not enter that race, probably in large part because she thinks she's got a really good chance to win a national title in this race. Trieschmann at the halfway point leads the race with Montana White in second. Amelia Roningdahl, last year's champion, is in third. Lane 4, lane 3, lane 2 at the front. Lanes 5 through 8, top of the pool, look like a virtual dead heat. McClensick, Bushel, Azarovich, and Rorich are all right next to each other. Trieschmann just turned in 27:04. Nobody else is even close to that right now. Second to Montana White, who is 6/10 slower on that last touch. Nova Southeastern. They won the national title earlier today when Rorich in lane 8 right now won the 100 fly, and the Sharks are going to get another one. Cruising to victory, Emily Trieschmann, your national champion, 1:45.60. Second place to Tori McClensick, who had a great closing 50, and Montana White finishes in third. Great finish for White, the best of her career. Wow, 1:47.49 is almost a full second better than her PR, and it gets her in third place at the national championships. Bushel finishes in fourth, 1:48.38. She also was better than her PR this morning. Emily Trieschmann, a national title for Nova Southeastern. Consolation final in the men's 200-yard freestyle. Let's meet our swimmers in lane 1. A senior from Grand Valley State University and a terrific freestyler, Eric Heiber. There are some very young guys in the pool here. The next 5 I'll mention are all freshmen. From Drury, lane 2, Mateo Visotto. Lane 3 from Missouri S&T, Adam Wiedemeyer. Lane 4 from Catawba College, freshman Maximilian Miniachowski. Yuri Cabral from Drury's in 5. Jacob Hamlin, freshman from Tampa, in 6. Junior from McKendree, Alireza Yavari, he's in 7. And Mario Perez, a sophomore for the McKendree Bearcats, is in lane 8. The all-time Division II record and the championship meet record are the same, set by Queens Royals swimmer Dion Dressens back in 2016. He swam this race in 1:32.46. Nova Southeastern's Thomas Flower is in the championship final. He'll be back to try to defend his crown. Matthew Bosch, last year's runner-up, is also in the race, as are 2 additional top 5 finishers. More on them coming up here in a bit. So far, so good in lanes 4 and 7. Again, if you're just joining us, lane 1, bottom of your screen, working to lane 8 up top. Eniachowski and Yavari both swimming well for Catawba and McKendry. Wow, how about that last little stretch there in lane 5 from Yuri Cabral? That was outstanding. Cabral just turned in 24:45, surging into second. Yavari in first, then Cabral, then Miniachowski. Wiedemeyer in 3 is hanging tough in 4th. Yuri Cabral for a little while was out for just a swim, and now it feels like he is sprinting. Look at Yuri Cabral. Good race going here. Lane 7, lane 5, lane 3. Who wants it more? Wiedemeyer, Cabral, Yavari. To the wall, it is Adam Wiedemeyer. 24:61. Wow. Eric Heiber also sprinted great that last 50 in lane 1, but Missouri S&T scores a victory in the B final. How about the freshman there? Top 2 spots belong to first-year collegiate swimmers. Out of the pool they come. I admit I would be a little surprised if we saw a national record broken in this race, but you never know. Thomas Flower, who won the national title last year, his best time this year, part of a relay, 1:35.66, until this morning when he went 1:35.18. Flower's career best 200-yard freestyle came at last year's conference meet, 1:33.92. So he is capable of having a big swim here. Let's meet our championship finalists. In lane 1, a 5th-year senior from Colorado Mesa, Aziz Ghaffari, the Rocky Mountain Athletic Conference runner-up in the 200, 100, and 500 freestyle. Formerly of Florida State. His PR in this race is 1:34.52 back at ACC's a couple years ago. Top national qualifier is your GLIAC champion in lane 2, the junior from Grand Valley State, Matthew Bosch, who was the runner-up a year ago after not getting out of prelims in 2022. Caleb Brandon, a terrific senior from Tampa, who PR'd this morning 1:35.28 after he went 10th at the conference meet. Keep your eye on him in 3. Lane 4 is the terrific Victor Rosado. Your top prelim qualifier this morning, 1:34.85 from Oklahoma Christian, the pride of St. Petersburg. Thomas Flower, the defending champion, is in lane 5, 1:35.18. He was the Sunshine State Conference runner-up earlier this season. And he was the runner-up to his teammate swimming in lane 6, Marcel Snitko, the 5th-year senior for the Sharks, who was 5th in this event last year, was also a first-team All-American in this race 3 seasons back. Lane 7 is another Tampa Spartan, a sophomore, Barnabas Fluck, who was a B finalist last year but PR'd this morning in prelims. And Fluck's teammate, Parker Nolan, is in lane 8, the junior from Tampa, also a second-team All-American last year. He was 3rd at the conference meet this year. You did not see that incorrectly. There are 5 Sunshine State Conference swimmers, 2 Rocky Conference swimmers in the pool, and the GLIAC champion. 3 Tampa, 2 Nova Southeastern, Colorado Mesa, Oklahoma Christian, and Grand Valley State. Nova Southeastern, not only the defending champions, but they also won this race back in 2015 with Tiago Sickert. Is it possible that Flower or Snitko can bring another title home to Greater Fort Lauderdale? Nova Southeastern in 5 and 6, Tampa in 3, 7, and 8. This is a great race so far. Perhaps a little slow from Victor Rosado. He's in dead last after winning prelims this morning. It's the defending champion Flower in first place in 5, with his Sharks teammate Snitko right next to him in 6. Those two are swimming quite well at the outset. Parker Nolman, a good little charge in 8. How about lane 1 at the bottom? Ghaffari from Colorado Mesa coming on strong. Halfway home as they turn, it's Flower, Snitko, Ghaffari, and then Matthew Bosch from Grand Valley State in lane 2. A lot of the Mesa fans are starting to feel the moment could be heightening for them. So they're up and out of their chairs looking on. Nova Southeastern continues to lead the way in the pool. This duo is unbelievable. Matthew Bosch, Marcel Snitko, the 2 fastest times in the country coming in. Rosado and Ghaffari are very capable. All 4 of those guys have gone sub 135. Here we go with Ghaffari and Bosch pushing in 1 and 2. Snitko, Flower, trying to hang on. Who's going to make it to the wall first? Timers out of their chairs. It's Snitko in lane 6. It's Bosch in lane 2. All the way to the finish. The winner is Marcel Snitko. Nova Southeastern, another national title. Bosch 24:09 is your runner-up. What a last split. Flower, last year's champ, finishes in 3rd with Ghaffari in 4th. Good recovery from Victor Rosado, who had a slow start but made his way back to the middle of the pack. 134.64. Marcel Snitko, your national champion. That is only 2 100ths slower than what he swam as a personal best to win the Sunshine State Conference earlier this year. 135.37 for Thomas Flower. A little bit slower than what he's capable of. He just ran out of gas. Matthew Bosch, for the 2nd year in a row, comes in 2nd place. 134.89. That is such a good swim for Matthew Bosch. Congratulations to those guys on a great performance. All right, we're going to throw it back to our public address announcer here for a few minutes. We're going to have the podium presentation for the women's 400-yard individual medley. We'll also have the announcement of our women's 3-meter diving finalists. Then we'll go back to the podium for the 200-yard freestyle presentation. Then we'll have the diving, and then we'll wrap up the evening back in the pool in the women's and men's 400-yard medley relay. 3 sections of timed finals for the relay race. That's all straight ahead. You're watching live streaming coverage from the Spire Institute outside of Cleveland, Ohio. This is the 2024 Division II National Championships.
To Albies. In 12th place from Grand Valley, Katie O'Connell. In 11th place from Nova Southeastern, Netta Schiff. In 10th place from West Florida, Shannon Dillman. And in 9th place from Drury, Aurora Duncan. Ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome to the deck your top 8 finishers in the women's 400-yard individual medley. In 8th place with a time of 4:23.65 from Westchester, Sophia Gerhardt. In 7th place with a time of 4:21.20 from Colorado Mesa, Sophia Baines. In 6th place with a time of 4:17.72 from Indy, Selena Schmidt. In fifth place with a time of 4:17:38 from Drury, Claire Conover. In fourth place with a time of 4:16:96 from Drury, Maria Fe Munoz. In third place with a time of 4:15:55 from Nova Southeastern, May Lowy. Your 2024 national runner-up in the women's 400-yard individual medley with a time of 4:15:05 from Indy, Andrea Gomez Espinoza. And being presented by her head coach, Mickey Winder, your 2024 national champion in the women's 400-yard individual medley with a championship time of 4:10:40 from Colorado Mesa, Benedict Nagy. Your top 16 finishers in event 15, men's 400-yard individual medley. In 16th place from Wingate, Miguel Marcos. In 15th place from Colorado School of Mines, Ronan Lowinger. In 14th place from Wayne State, Trevor Jones. In 13th place from Ouachita, Zambor Bujoso. In 12th place from Oklahoma Christian, Eli Rowland. In 11th place from Florida Tech, Akos Hajagos. In 10th place from Simon Fraser, Marcus Mock. And in 9th place from Indy, Silas Busing. Ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome to the deck your top 8 finishers in the men's 400-yard individual medley. In 8th place with a time of 3:56:44 from Lewis, Kirill Sidorko. In 7th place with a time of 3:51:61 from Westchester, Kolash Nog. In 6th place with a time of 3:51:09 from Northern Michigan, Daniel Aponte. In 5th place with a time of 3:49:54 from Missouri SMT, Connor Bichelle. In 4th place with a time of 3:47:95 from Drury, Joao Nogueira. In 3rd place with a time of 3:46:26 from Tampa, Santiago Corredor. Your 2024 runner-up in the men's 400-yard individual medley with a time of 3:40:23 from Indy, Cedric Busing. And being presented by his head coach, Mickey Winder, your 2024 national champion in the men's 400-yard individual medley with a new NCAA Division II record of 3:40:22 from Colorado Mesa, Benjamin Simpson. Join me in bringing out our finalists for the women's 3-meter diving.
I'm gonna make it bend and break. Say a prayer, but let the good times roll. In case God doesn't show. And I want these words.
Diving first this evening, scoring 419.65 in preliminaries from the University of Indianapolis, Alexis Lumage. Our second diver this evening scored 423.55 from the University of West Florida, Olivia Nelson. Diving third in the order, scoring 423.95 from Clarion, Caitlin Madigan. Our fourth qualifier, scoring 439.25 in this afternoon's prelims from Augustana University, Avery Lamel. Diving fifth in the order this evening, scoring 449.75 from Clarion University, Colleen Hudson. Qualifying third this afternoon, scoring 479.35, also from Clarion University, Luna Bearino. Our next qualifier from Wayne State University, qualified with a score of 480.95. Please welcome Michaela Senkis. And your top qualifier for this evening's competition, scoring 482.45 from Clarion University, Alexa Gonzi. We need our top 8 finishers in our women's 200-yard freestyle and our men's top 8 finishers in the 200-yard freestyle to the awards-ready area now. Here's your top 16 finishers in event 16, the women's 200-yard freestyle. In 16th place, from Henderson State, Kiara Posby. In 15th place, from Truman State, Emily Troby. In 14th place, from Westchester, Michaela Nines. In 13th place, from West Florida, Sophia Kenzor. In 12th place from McKendree, Jocelyn Zagola. In 11th place from Colorado Mesa, Lauren White. In 10th place from Wayne State, Jordan Fox. In 9th place from Lynn, Laura DeCognac. Once again, we need our top 8 finishers for our women's 200-yard freestyle to the awards area now. We need our men top 8 finishers in the 200-yard freestyle to the awards-ready area now. We need, once again, we need our top 8 finishers in our women's 200-yard freestyle to the awards-ready area now. We need Amelia Roningdahl and Raphael. Welcome to the deck, your top 8 finishers in the women's 200-yard freestyle. In 8th place with a time of 1:49.51 from Wingate, Nina Azarovic. In 7th place with a time of 1:49.40 from Grand Valley, Lucy Heatley. In 6th place with a time of 1:48.51 from Nova Southeastern, Amelia Roningdahl. In 5th place with a time of 1:48.15 from Nova Southeastern, Rafaela Rorit. In 4th place with a time of 1:48.14 from Drury, Josephine Bouchel. In 3rd place with a time of 1:47.49 from Azusa Pacific, Montana White. Your 2024 runner-up with a time of 1:47.47 from Simon Fraser, Tori McClenson. And your 2024 national champion in the women's 200-yard freestyle, presenting the trophy, head coach Ben Hewitt of Nova Southeastern with a championship time of 1:45.60 from Nova Southeastern, Emily Trishman. Your top 16 finishers in event 17, men's 200-yard freestyle. In 16th place, from Catawba, Matt Minachowski. In 15th place, from McKendree, Mario Perez. In 14th place, from Drury, Mateo Visoto. In 13th place, from Grand Valley, Eric Heber. In 12th place, from Tampa, Jake Hamlin. 7th place from McKendree, Aliariza Yavari. In 10th place from Drury, Yuri Cabral. In 9th place from Missouri S&T, Adam Wiedenmeyer. Ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome to the podium your top 8 finishers in the men's 200-yard freestyle. In 8th place with a time of 1:36.82 from Tampa, Caleb Brandon. In 7th place with a time of 1:36.66 from Tampa, Barnabas Fluck. In 6th place with a time of 1:36.21 from Tampa, Parker Nolman. In 5th place with a time of 1:35.75 from Oklahoma Christian, Victor Rosado. In 4th place with a time of 1:35.62 from Colorado Mesa, Aziz Ghaffari. In 3rd place with a time of 1:35.37 from Nova Southeastern, Thomas Flower. Your 2024 runner-up in the men's 200-yard freestyle with a time of 1:34.89 from Grand Valley, Matthew Bosch. And presenting the award for our men's 200-yard freestyle, Nova Southeastern assistant coach, Alec Gosson. Your 2024 national champion in the men's 200-yard freestyle with a championship time of 1:34.64 from Nova Southeastern, Marcel Snitko. Ladies and gentlemen, let's turn it over to Jeff Noble for our women's 3-meter diving finals. Judges on the ring. We got the thumbs up. Off to round 1. Our first diver, Alexis, 405C, 2.7. Judges score 36-45. Bolivia 105B 2.4. Award 46.8. Caitlin 52-33D 2.4. Judges score 45.6. Avery 203B 2.2. Award. 36.3, Colleen, 5233D, 2.4. Judges score. 46.8, Luna, 5233D, 2.4. Award. 46.8. Michaela's first dive, 105B, 2.4. Award. 56.4. Alexa, 405C, 2.7. Award. $59.4, round two, Alexis, 105B, 2.4. Score. 43.2, Olivia, 203B, 2.2. Score. 31.9, Caitlin, 403B, 2.1. Judges score. 40.95, Avery, 303C, 2.0. Award. 28.0, Colleen, 105B, 2.4. Award. 45.6, Luna, 205C, 2.8. Judges Award, 37.8, Michaela, 205C, 28. Score, 47.6, Alexa, 5134D, 2.5. Award, $52.5. Round 3, Alexis, 305C, 2.8. Award, $39.2, Olivia, 303B, 2.3. Score, 43.7, Caitlin, 205C, 2.8. Award, 49.0, Avery, 5233D, 2.4. Award, 50.4, Colleen, 405C, 2.7. Award, 36.45, Luna, 105B, 2.4. Award, 52.8, Michaela, 305C, 2.8. Award, 54.6, Alexa, 205C, 2.8. Score. .32.2. Beginning our fourth round, Alexis, 205C, 2.8. Score. .39.2. Olivia, 405C, 2.7. Award. .36.45. Caitlin, 105B, 2.4. Judges score. 43.2. Avery, 405C, 2.7. Board. 52.65. Colleen, 205C, 2.8. Award. 33.6. Luna, 305C, 2.8. Award. 37.8. Michaela, 405C, 2.7. Award. .48.6. Alexa, 305C, 2.8. Award. 60.2. Round 5, Alexis, 404C, 2.4. Award. 46.8. Olivia, 5132D, 2.1. Score. 40.95. Caitlin, 305C, 2.8. Score. 33.6. Avery, 105B, 2-4. Award. 42.0. Colleen, 305C, 2.8. Award. 36.4. Luna, 5134D, 2.5. Award. 48.75. Michaela, 5134D, 2.5. Award. 42.5. Alexa, 105B, 2.4. Award. 55.2. For the women's medley relay, please report to the ready area. Beginning our sixth and final round, Alexis, 5233D, 2.4. Judges score. 39.6. Olivia, 5233D, 2.4. Award. 38.4. Caitlin, 5235D, 2.8. Award. 46.2. Avery, 5132 D21. Award. 43.05. Colleen, 5333 D2.5. Score. 45.0. Luna, 405C, 2.7. Score. 62.1. Michaela, 5233 D24. Award. 52.8. Alexa Spinal Dive, 107C, 2.8. Award. 58.8. This concludes the women's 3-meter finals.
What an incredible moment for Alexa Gonzi of Clarion University. With that 107C 2.8, scores 58.8. She needed 54 points. She got 58. And Alexa Gonzi wins a national championship. Clarion had a national winner last year in Luna Bejarano, who I believe finishes third. We'll wait for the final results to populate. Here they come. Yeah, Luna finishes in third place. It's a good diving meet again for Clarion. Alexa wins. Luna in third place. Caitlin Madigan finishes fifth, and Colleen Hudson a sixth place finish for Clarion. Michaela Senkis for Wayne State, her 52.33D in her final dive. Got her up to second place, 498.95. Good job by Michaela, senior from Wayne State. All right, we are getting ready for the men's and women's 400-yard medley relay. Final races in the pool for the evening. We'll have 3 sections of timed finals in each discipline. First heat for the ladies includes only 3 schools: Westchester, Colorado School of Mines, and Oklahoma Christian. And only Colorado School of Mines qualified for the meet on time. Westchester and OCU both choosing to enter this race, but they do not have a seed time listed. So we'll have that race coming up in just a couple of minutes here once they get the blocks appropriately set. We'll have the podium presentation for diving coming up after the women are done. Then we'll have the men's 400-yard medley relay. Then they'll take a quick break. Then we'll do podium for the relay races here at the end of the night. By the way, latest up-to-date scores on the ladies' side through diving. Nova Southeastern in first place, 244. Drury in second, 195.5. Colorado Mesa in third, 171.5. UIndy is in fourth place, 146 points, and then it's West Florida at 91 team points. The men through 17 events: Tampa 231, Drury 175, UIndy 158, Colorado Mesa 111, Nova Southeastern 108, McKendree 107. So there's three schools there. Mesa, Nova Southeastern, and McKendree are all very tight. And all a good chunk behind the Tampa Spartans, Drury Panthers, and UIndy Greyhounds. Our two-time defending national champions in the women's 400-yard medley relay are the Sharks from Nova Southeastern. And they'll be back to try to defend their title. Last year it was Molly Morfelt, Savannah Best, Alexandra Maslova, and Amelia Roningdahl in 3:38.34. It was not their fastest swim of the year, but fast enough to win the national title as they beat UIndy by 2 full seconds. 2 years ago, they held off the Queens Royals, quartet of Selena Marquez, Savannah Best, Alex Maslova, and at that time, 50-year senior Cassie Wright to win the national title. So they might be having an issue with the starting block there at lane 5. So a little bit of a delay. Speaking of Queens, they have the all-time Division II national record. It was set when they won the national title in 2019. 5 years ago today, in fact, 3 minutes 35.70. That championship winning time for the Royals then. All eyes on lane 5. Okay, here we go. Westchester, Colorado School of Mines, and Oklahoma Christian. And it'll be OCU in lane 5, so we'll specifically keep our eye on those starting blocks. If you joined us a little bit late, certainly glad to have you at our national championship meet. I'm Brendan Gulick. We had a national champion in the women's 100 butterfly from Nova Southeastern sophomore Rafaela Rorich. On the ladies' side, the 400 IM champion is fifth-year senior Benedict Nagy from Colorado Mesa, who swam a terrific race, 4:10.40, crushing the field in 4 IM. And the 200-yard freestyle was just awesome for Nova Southeastern. Emily Trishman wins the national championship, 1:45.60. Far and away her PR. In fact, she PR'd twice today in prelims and then again here in finals. Nova Southeastern also scored points from Roningdahl and Rorich in the 200 free, who went 5th and 6th in those races. So the Sharks off to a good start in their title defense this weekend. Westchester Golden Rams in lane 3 last year actually were an 8th place finish out of the Pennsylvania State Athletic Conference. So they had a first-team All-American 400-yard medley relay. No seed time available for them this year, so we'll see how fast WCU can go. It's Anna Evans, the freshman, swimming the backstroke. She's ahead in lane 3 with Kerrigan Hemp and Cheyenne Dennison from OCU swimming next to her. Big moment for Dennison. She's maybe been a little bit disappointed with the way that things have shaken out for her so far here this weekend. She's just missed the night swim in a couple of individual events, but has a chance here to swim a relay. See if she can make the most of it. Westchester in a fairly close race. Leading the way as we get into leg 2, Madeline Coley for Westchester, Jordan Tierney of Colorado School of Mines, and Haley Urig from OCU, all in the pool. Colorado School of Mines, by the way, was the Rocky Mountain Athletic Conference runner-up this year. Westchester's best time this season that did not qualify for nationals on its own accord. Their best season time was 3:46.70. They did that when they won the Pennsylvania State Athletic Conference Championship over IUP, who they beat, frankly, pretty considerably. Beat them by 3.3 seconds in that race. Oklahoma Christian's best time was just beyond the threshold for qualification here at the national championships. They were third this year at the RMACs. 3:46.10 was their best time of the season. And at the moment, things are looking good in lane 4 for School of Mines. 1:58.78 at the end of the breaststroke. OCU in second, Westchester in third. You're watching Isabella Kill, Ann Osman, and Andrea Paradis in lane 3, 4, and 5. Westchester on the bottom of your screen, then Mines, then OCU. Colorado School of Mines swimming just wild. 25:57 the last split, 25:45 for WCU, so Rams are gaining just a little bit of ground. Of course, this is, even without qualifying on seed time, this is a timed final, so it is possible for WCU and OCU and School of Mines to put up a time to find a podium spot. They can do it fast enough. Here we go. Freestylers are in. Jory Selig from Colorado School of Mines. She's got the lead with Westchester in second, OCU in third. Samantha Trumbull for the Golden Rams, Tammy Greenwood in lane 5 for Oklahoma Christian. The lead is lengthening for Selig. Down and back one more time. Selig and company trying to put up the time to beat. Their best time this year, 3:45.33. They finished runner-up at the Rocky Mountain Conference Championship, losing to Colorado Mesa by 4.5 seconds. And at the NCAA meet, 3:44.68. Good swim by their standards. Shaving off some time. Gotta love the adrenaline associated with a national meet. Second place to WCU, 3:46.88. And then Oklahoma Christian in third there. I don't personally think that 3:44.68 is going to get on the podium, but you never know. Check out the lane lines and the blocks. We have a full 8 lanes coming up here in heat 2 and 3. After only 3 schools in the first go-round there. Heat 2, here we go. UMSL, Carson Newman, Augustana, Grand Valley State, Tampa, Northern Michigan, Florida Southern, and West Florida, all getting in the pool here. UMSL came in third place at the Great Lakes Valley Conference meet this year. They'll be in lane 1. Carson Newman in lane 2. Their quartet is missing just Manon Campagner from last year, who was an unbelievable butterfly specialist. She's been replaced by Chrisman Rand this year. With the South Atlantic Conference runner-up. Last year, Campagner helped them to a third place finish with the same other 3 swimmers, Blakemore, Belcher, and King. Augustana, the Vikings in lane 3. Grand Valley State Lakers are in lane 4. Tampa Spartans in 5, the runner-up from the Sunshine State Conference. Northern Michigan was 4th a year ago. They're in lane 6. Grand Valley beat Northern Michigan at the GLIAC Championships in what was a fairly good race, but Grand Valley won that race by about a second. Florida Southern in lane 7, West Florida in 8. In the pool, Ella Lance, Kyla Blakemore, Bryn Greenwald, Vittoria Proietti, Kimberly McCaffrey, Camila Carbone, Tegan Michalik, and Nina Imboden. Lane 3, Augustana, Bryn Greenwald. First place so far, 26-11, her first 50. Tampa in 2nd, Northern Michigan in 3rd. The race going in front of the pool right now for Greenwald. Augustana's qualifying time here was 3:43.68. They did it by winning the Northern Sun Intercollegiate Championship, where they smashed Minnesota Mankato and Sioux Falls at that championship meet. On our way into the pool with Augustana still leading the way, then Northern Michigan, then Tampa. A little change there in 2-3. Breaststrokers are in. Zara Constapel, Brianna Belcher, Nesrin Jalidi, Sarah Alvarez Fernandez, Cameron Ducat, Zoe DeKevitt, Alzi Pelletier, and Lutnia Bogdanova. Jalidi, 28:44. Nicely done. The only one really swimming with her is the 2nd place swimmer from Northern Michigan, and DeKevitt. At least keeping pace with the breaststroke. Right now, though, Augustana looks really solid, and if they can keep this pace up, they'll find themselves atop the podium in the B final. Maybe just find themselves literally on the podium somewhere as All-Americans. We'll have to wait and see. One more heat to go after this. All right, it is in order. Lane 3, Augustana. Lane 7, Florida Southern. Lane 1, UMSL. Lane 2, Carson Newman. Butterflyers are in. Audrey Lance, Chrisman Rand, Nathalia Silva, Alyssa Wager, Isabel Sering, Font Cantanero, Allie Brinton, and Emily O'Connell. There was a challenge with the timing blocks. The touchpad didn't seem to function properly. We still have a lead in lane 3 for Augustana, but their last split there didn't actually register. Would you believe it, but lane 5 and Tampa, Isabel Sering really coming on strong. And all of a sudden that lead that the Vikings had in 3 is completely evaporated. In fact, they might be lucky to be 6th right now. Holy smokes, what a job by Tampa. 29-21, Tampa with Isabel Sering, the butterfly specialist, was awesome. The freestylers are Kate Nelson, Kennedy King, Misha Montgomery, Lucy Headley, Tilda Morin, Carlotta Santi, Jazzy Hoffman, and Riley McVeigh. Who's going to put up the time to beat in the women's 400-yard medley relay national championship race? Heat 2 of 3. Good work in lane 7 from Florida Southern. Look at Hoffman closing hard. Lane 5 at the moment still in good shape. Morin hits the break wall in first place, but she better not lose any ground to Hoffman, who's coming strong in 7. Good push coming here at the bottom of the pool in lane 2. Kennedy King trying to make this close. Lane 5 is your winner. The Tampa Spartans 3:43.15. And the runner-up in the Sunshine State Conference has the new time to beat on their best swim of the year. Heat 2 is official. Carson Newman in 2nd, 3rd place to Florida Southern. 3:43.92 for Carson Newman. That is also a season best time. Might those two be good enough to get on the podium? We'll see. Northern Michigan closed 26-71 on that last split from Carlotta Santi, the freshman. Good performance. 26-71 was the third fastest close. Augustana 26-41. Job from Montgomery. 26-67 from West Florida and Riley McVeigh. All right, let's bring on our Heat 3 championship finalists. based on the 8 fastest 400-yard medley relay performances in the country this year. Delta State, the new South Conference champions, will be in lane 1. Last year they finished in 16th place overall. This year's team at 3:43.03 won the new South over West Florida convincingly. Delta State in lane 1, you can see them coming out first. And you got the Fighting Knights from Lynn, who were All-Americans last year. Lynn will be in lane 2. Laura DeConnick is dynamite. Luna Castellanos is as good as it comes in the butterfly. Do not sleep on the Fighting Knights. Lynn came in with their best time this season, 3:42.68. Nova Southeastern in lane 3. The Sharks, the 2-time defending national champions and this year's Sunshine State Conference champs. They'll swim next to the top qualifying time in the country, the Drury Panthers, who were 5th a year ago, and they won the Great Lakes Valley Conference this year. Colorado Mesa, the Rocky Mountain champions, 6th a year ago. UIndy finished runner-up last year at Nationals. They were conference runner-up this year. They're in lane 6. Findlay in 7, Wingate in 8, conference champions in their own rights. The time to beat belongs to Tampa, 3:43.15. In the pool from bottom to top, Kaylee Davis, Laura DeConnick, Maria Goncalves, Alexandra Waller, Agata Noskrit, Isabella Resvit, Alexandra Melnick, and Marta Biesmans. Backstrokers are solid, especially at the bottom. Look at Davis, swimming well. So is DeConnick for Lynn. It is Colorado Mesa in first place by 7/100ths. Mesa swimming in lane 5 and looking good. Colorado Mesa, Rocky Mountain Athletic Conference champions. They made it on the podium last year. They swam the 2nd fastest 400 medley relay in the country this year. And if they want to win a national championship, especially considering relays are worth double, they got to make up some ground here on the Nova Southeastern Sharks. Breaststrokers go in. Alexis Moon, Malika Schneider, Hannah Montgomery, Claire Conover, Maddie Moran, Selena Schmidt, Katie Susie, and Amanda Wenhold. Mesa has the lead, but do not lose sight of UIndy in lane 6 or Drury in lane 4. The breaststrokers, Conover and Schmidt, are nothing to joke about. Great performance coming from Schneider in lane 2. Lynn is right in the thick of this thing. Lynn's in 2nd, Mesa still leading. Looks like Nova Southeastern's in 3rd by about 1/10 behind the Lynn Fighting Knights. A lot of people feeling pretty comfortable right now. Unfortunately, Delta State fading a little bit down at the bottom. They've got some work to do. Colorado Mesa still leads the way in lane 5. Feeling some heat from UIndy. Selena Schmidt, good underwater work. She's in within about a body length. Lynn is not far behind in lane 2 either. This thing is really close, and there are some fans that are biting their fingernails here inside Spire Institute. Michaela Cloth, Luna Castellanos, Rafaela Rorich, Nellie Week, Kiara Borchert, Stephanie Marquardt, Emily Mears-Bentley, and Vera Carlson in the butterfly. Borchert has her hands full because there are no better butterflyers you're going to find in Division II than in lane 2 right now, Castellanos. This young lady is crazy good. Luna making up some ground. How about lane 6? Stephanie Marquardt swimming great. We got a really tight race going here at the front. Colorado Mesa continuing to lead the way. Maverick fans are on their feet and they cannot believe how tight this thing is. Look at the Fighting Knights in 2. Luna has swam them into first place by about 0.13. Freestylers are in. It's Daniela Solko, Alexa Lundell, Emily Trishwin, Ashlyn Moore, Ada Quinnell, Kirabu Namutebi, Troy Grubbs, and Nina Azirovich. Namutebi for UIndy is no joke. She was a national champion yesterday as a freshman in the 50 free. Can she swim 100 faster than anybody else? She's got work to do. Lane 5 looks good for Mesa. Here we go in lane 4. Trishman is coming. Moore is coming. Grubbs is hanging in there in 7. Colorado Mesa, can they get a late kick? Ada Quinnell. Time to beat 3:43.15. It's not going to be a problem. It's a Maverick victory. 3:38.52 for Colorado Mesa. Last year's champion, Nova Southeastern. In fact, the two-time defending champs finish in second. The Drury Panthers in third. What a race. Rocky Mountain Athletic Conference champions, Colorado Mesa. What a performance in the 400-yard medley relay. Looking back through the Division II all-time record book, I'm not sure the last time a team from that conference ever won this race, let alone Colorado Mesa itself. Prior to Nova Southeastern's back-to-back titles, Queens had won this 4 years in a row, with the COVID year popped in the middle of that. Wingate won it back in 2015 and 16, so it has been really difficult to win the 400-yard medley relay. But Colorado Mesa with a terrific performance to close out day 2. Mesa makes up some ground. They're at 211.5 total points. Drury 227.5. Nova Southeastern still leads overall 278. But Mesa scores 6 more points in that relay than the Sharks do. So we get our women's 3-meter diving award ceremony here at the moment. Congratulations, Colorado Mesa, 2024 national champions in the 400 medley relay.
From the women's 3-meter diving, in 8th place with a score of 410.20 from University of Indianapolis, Alexis Gumage. In 7th place with a score of 415.20 from West Florida, Olivia Nelson. Your 6th place finisher scoring 415.75 from Clarion, Colleen Hudson. Placing 5th this evening with a score of 418.50, also from Clarion, Caitlin Madigan. Your 4th place finisher scoring 435.55 from Augustana, Avery Lamel. Your 3rd place finisher with a score of 471.75 from Clarion University, Luna Guerrano. Your national runner-up with a score of 498.95 from Wayne State, Michaela Sankis. And your national champion, scoring 505 points. Presenting her award will be diving coach Heath Calhoun. From Clarion University, Alexa Gonzi.
Well, 4 women's national championships in the pool today. 2 to Nova Southeastern and 2 to Colorado Mesa. Also one on the diving board to Clarion, as you get a look at the team scores through all of the women's events after 2 days of competition. All right, the men are on their way in. 3 of time finals. As you look at the men's team scores as well, with Tampa on top of the table. Tampa, Drury, UIndy, and Colorado Mesa. All of those teams who are the top 4 scorers in the team standings, they are all in the 3rd heat coming up in just a bit. First, though, we have 4 schools swimming in the first heat. Only 2 of them had a seed time that qualified for nationals. Lane 1, 2, 7, and 8 are going to be empty here. Lane 3 is Simon Fraser. Lane 4 is Montevallo. Lane 5 will be Northern Michigan. And lane 6, Wayne State. Northern Michigan seed time 3:14:25. They swam 3:14:29 at Gliax, and they came in 3rd behind Grand Valley and St. Cloud, both of whom are in the next heat. At the New South Conference Championship this year, Montevallo finished 2nd behind Henderson State when they swam 3:13:95. They have previously been 4 100ths faster. Off we go. By the way, Wayne State, All-Americans last year when they finished 8th. Thomas Caruso, William Mahone, Thibault Auger, and Clayton Kennard, the backstrokers here to lead us off. The Division II all-time record is also the championship meet record. The 400-yard medley relay best mark in Division II was set on March 9th, 2017 by Queen's University, 3:07:38. Looking forward to our 3rd heat in particular coming up, because the best 2 swims in the country this year from Drury and UIndy are 1/100th of a second within each other. First place belongs to lane 4 in Montevallo at the moment, 48:23, just faster than NMU. Breaststrokers are Hayden Vischer, Yannick Barczyk, Wyatt Dickman, and Hans Anderson. Nicely done there by Montevallo. Fading a little bit there for Simon Fraser. Work to do. Perhaps they'll pick it up in the back end. Simon Fraser's best time this year is 3:17:88. They did that at the Rocky Mountain Athletic Conference Championship. Simon Fraser finished 4th in that meet, behind Colorado Mesa, Oklahoma Christian, and Colorado School of Mines. Butterflyers are in. Marcus Mock, Alexei Kolniskov, Ryan Lund, and Lorenzo Tassinari. Best time this year for Wayne State came at the Great Lakes Intercollegiate Athletic Conference meet. They were 4th behind Grand Valley, St. Cloud, and Northern Michigan, 3:15:63. As I mentioned, that was not quite fast enough to get them automatically in the field here. Well, right now, it's a pretty clear-cut team running out front, and it's Montevallo. Alexei Kolesnikov, nicely done. 26:11 his last split, and they increased their lead to almost 2 full seconds. Dylan Cormendi, Juan Silas, Leo Knowles, and Trevor Jones are your freestylers. Haven't really seen a change on the leaderboard in quite a while. Hard to tell you if it was the backstroke or breaststroke that was the dominant leg here, but there hasn't been a ton of change beyond that. Montevallo looking strong, and they are likely to be the team to put up the time to beat. See if they can get any kind of push here, though, from Northern Michigan. It's tightening a little bit, but Montevallo is going to win the first of these 3 Timed finals. Time to beat for the next two heats is 3:12:82. 1 second faster than Northern Michigan. Wayne State then Simon Fraser finishing there on out. Best time this year for Montvallo by a full second. Good swim. Always want to have performances like that when we get to the national meet. By the way, on the ladies' side, if you're wondering who the top 8 teams were, Colorado Mesa, Nova Southeastern, Drury, UIndy, Findlay, Lynn, Wingate, and Tampa are the 8 All-American performers. Tampa swam in, obviously in Heat 2. Carson Newman just misses the podium. They were the 9th fastest time. So 7 of the 8 come out of the last heat for the women. Okay, here we go. Heat 2 on the men's side. Nova Southeastern, Lewis, Oklahoma Christian, Florida Southern, Grand Valley State, Wingate, Carson Newman, and St. Cloud State. Valley State, I mentioned a little bit ago, they are the GLIAC champions this year. St. Cloud State finished in 2nd place in that conference meet. Rocky Mountain Athletic Conference runner-up was Oklahoma Christian. We got a couple conference champions. Florida Southern won the Sunshine State Conference. Wingate, the South Atlantic Conference. Wingate beat Carson Newman. Top 2 in that league. We'll find out here momentarily just how good the Great Lakes Valley Conference was again this year in the 400 medley relay. There are 4 schools represented, including the top 3 times in the country, Drury, UIndy, and McKendree. Florida Southern Sunshine State champions. That said, they did not have the fastest swim of any team in conference this year. Tampa is in the next heat because of the Gamecock invite. They swam 3:10:35. Gustav Henriksen, Nico Jacinto, Eli Rowland, Brandon Wilson, Roger Mirat-Sala, Ney Chagas-Filo, Daniel Ribeiro, and Ralph Hendricks, the backstrokers. How about Lewis down in lane 2? Jacinto is just cruising. Lewis performed well this season. It's hard for them to shine when they are 5th fastest in their own conference, but it just goes to show you how deep that league was in this event. First one to the wall were the Flyers in lane 2, then Florida Southern. 3rd place at the 1/4 mark with St. Cloud State. Breaststrokers are Inigo Marina, Ahmed Ismail, JT Amrine, Ludwig Muller, Andrew Go, Andres Martiena, Oscar Hartvig, and Jaden Porter. Lewis Flyers, Jacinto and Ismail, the first 2 in the pool, and they are cooking. Get out of the way, everybody else. Florida Southern's in 2nd, 3rd to Grand Valley at the moment. But you can tell there's a lot of work to do because the first 2 legs have been dominated. How much of a lead can Ismail give Davidson Vincent, the freshman butterflyer? Here we go. Wow. I mean, that is a massive 2 full second lead over Oklahoma Christian in 2nd, and now Wingate in 3rd. Luca Alessandrini, Davidson Vincent, Victor Rosado, Cameron Lai Harris, Brennan Neitzel, Mike Topchinalis, Daniel De Oliveira, and Cade Rosenwald. The lead is still considerably in Lewis's favor. We're seeing a little bit of change there. 2 through 5, the middle of the pool, lanes 3, 4, 5, and 6 are really close. And, not surprisingly, the Olivera from Carson Newman in 7 is shaving off some time too. No change during the butterfly. In fact, maybe even a bigger lead. Holy cow. Look at Lewis. 2:24.99. Second place is 2:27.71. They stretched it to almost 3 seconds. Freestylers are Marcel Snitko, a champion earlier today. Misha Semenov, Gabe Knott, Kyle Mikhailov, a champion from yesterday. Matt Bosch, Manuel Silva, Arthur Glusman, and Mason Beck. What a race. Lewis has to be losing their mind right now. This is a terrific performance from the Lewis Flyers. Lewis is in first place, and it's not particularly close. It's a race for second. Lewis, the new time to beat is 3:08.46. That is 4 seconds better than their best time this season, and an almost guaranteed podium finish. Wow. Grand Valley, the runner-up that heat. Carson Newman in third. It was a good race between the other 7. 3:08.46. I believe they just said Heat 2 is under review, so we'll keep our eyes on that. To give you an idea, I just want to double check this before I say it. Yeah, that's the best swim in the country this year. Drury and UIndy are the top 2 seeds. Their best times are 3:09.05 and 3:09.06. I know they're hopeful that they can pull off winning a national championship, but the Lewis Flyers just put up a ridiculous 3:08.46. I'm not saying you never see winners out of Section 2 in a timed final. That happens. But that was wildly impressive. Here come your Heat 3 finalists with the 8 best swims in the country prior to nationals. Lane 1. Missouri S&T, second team All-Americans last year. They were 4th in the Great Lakes Valley Conference this year. Lane 2, right now, the team that leads the national meet, the Tampa Spartans, who put up a Sunshine State Conference runner-up appearance at the conference meet, but they swam the fastest time in the league back in November at the Gamecock Invite. Lane 3, your defending champions, the McKendree Bearcats, who were 3rd in the league this year at 3:10. Lane 4 is the Drury Panthers, top time in the country, 3:09.05. They were runner-up at the Great Lakes Valley Conference meet to UIndy, who swam 3:09.06. It's a virtual dead tie from Drury and UIndy during the year. Drury was last year's national runner-up. UIndy came in 4th. Lane 6 is Henderson State. The New South champions will be led off by Lamar Taylor, who, by the way, you might remember what happened yesterday in the 50 freestyle when the favorite and defending champion in that race went in the water. I have confirmed that he had a leg cramp. And that's part of the reason why you saw him get back into the pool quickly later in the night. Thankfully, he was okay, and it was not a serious injury, but that was a really disappointing moment there for Lamar Taylor. Hopefully he can erase that memory and win a national title with his buddies here tonight. Colorado Mesa's in 7. They are the Rocky Mountain champions, and the Findlay Oilers in 8, with a couple of dynamite young men in the pool, led by Tim Stallings. Findlay won the Great Midwest Mountain East Conference Championship. They're led by 5th-year senior Tim Stallings, who won a national title earlier today in the 400 IM, beating out his teammate by just 3/100ths of a second. Aiden Walters, Parker Nolman, Patrick Rosenek, Victor Knicken, Cedric Busing, Lamar Taylor, Ben Sampson, and Tim Stallings. There are truly some of the fastest swimmers, regardless of discipline, in the country in the pool right now. And this 3rd heat should be a ton of fun. Don't forget, if you just tuned in, Lewis posted a huge 3:08.46, 4 seconds faster than they've gone this year as their time to beat. Lanes 3, 6, 7, 8 look terrific. McKendree, Henderson State, Mesa, and Finley. Here come the breaststrokers. Noah Clancy, Jared Mindick, Felipe Pinheiro, Dami Murao, Braden Cole, Jack Armstrong, Max Ayers, and Luca Chiandusi. Colorado Mesa swimming well. Ben Sampson gave him a good start. Max Ayers, the freshman breaststroker, trying to keep pace. They're in second place right now behind the Bearcats. Pinheiro piggybacking off of Rozenek. Really tight. Even at the bottom of the pool, Missouri S&T is certainly still part of this race. They got to pick it up a little bit, but they're in it, as are the Tampa Spartans. Both those two programs were second-team All-Americans a year ago. They're going to rely on the back half, because at the halfway point, the leader is in lane 3, McKendree, followed by Drury in 2, 27-21. How's that breaststroke from Davi Morao? Butterflyers are Nate Baxter, Adrian Aguilar, Jackson Lustig, Alejandro Villarejo, Oscar Sawicki, Jace Pinkney, Jakob Kiszczak, and Camilo Marugo Montano. Lane 3, 4, 5, and 8, the first 4 to hit. Drury, McKendree. Wow, Findlay actually snuck in there in lane 8 as the third place team. How unsurprising. Marugo Montano was so good and just barely missed a national championship earlier, and yet he's swimming like this is his race to lose. He's losing a little bit of ground late because McKendree and Drury aren't giving in. Excellent close there in the butterfly stroke. Adam Wiedemeyer, Tybor Tiston, Tyson Upton, Yuri Cabral, Joao Silva, Patrick Dabrowski, Aziz Ghaffari, and Dags Bregis. National record is 3:07.38. It is a 7-year-old record. The time to beat belongs to Lewis, 3:08.46. Got to get moving. Tampa had the best split, the only one under 20 seconds. Here come the Spartans in lane 2. Do they have enough time? Lanes 3 and 4 look so good. McKendree and Drury, they're at the front. Here comes UIndy with Cedric Busing. It's a GLVC-dominated event. It's going to be a photo finish, and the winner is McKendree. The Bearcats defend their title. 3:07.11. For the second straight year, Drury in second. 3:08.46 is good for third overall from Lewis, knocking UIndy down to fourth on the podium. McKendree for the second consecutive season. The fastest 400 medley relay team in the country, waiting for it. And it is confirmed, 3:07.11. The heat is official. It is a Division II national record. They beat Queen's record by about 0.25. McKendree, their previous season best was 3:10 flat, and they went out here tonight knowing what they needed to win a national championship, and they get it done. Patrick Rozenek, Felipe Pinheiro, Jackson Lustig, and Tyson Upton, the freshman freestyler, coming home in 22:62. They make the announcement in the arena now that it's official, and McKendree explodes in celebration. What a swim by the Bearcats. Heat 2 is under review, but Heat 3 is official. So I suppose we should wait just a moment or two longer for whether or not Lewis will actually finish as the third place team. And in the meantime, we'll have the podium presentations here momentarily. They still have not put anything up on the board. All right, well, when we have new information, we'll share that with you, but we know for certain that McKendree has won the 400 medley relay. All right, we'll turn things over to our public address system here, as we have the women's 400 medley relay podium presentations.
In the 11th place, Northern Michigan.
Thank you.
In 10th place, Florida Southern. And in 9th place, Carson Newman. Ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome to the deck your women's 400-yard medley relay finishers. In 8th place with a time of 3:43.15, Tampa. In 7th place with a time of 3:41.72, Wingate. In 6th place with a time of 3:41.12, Lynn. In 5th place with a time of 3:40.89, Finley. In 4th place with a time of 3:40.31, Indy. In 3rd place with a time of 3:39.01, Drury. Your 2024 runner-up in our women's 400-yard medley relay with a time of 3:38.98, Nova Southeastern. And presenting the trophy, Colorado Mesa head coach Mickey Wender. Your 2024 women's 400-yard medley relay national champions with a time of 3:38.52, Colorado Mesa. Men's 400-yard medley relay, Heat 2 is official.
All right, so great news now out of the men's 400-yard medley relay. Heat 2 is official, and that means that Lewis finishes 3rd overall with that 3:08.46. Nico Jacinto, Ahmed Ismail, Davidson Vincent, and Misha Semenov, a team that included freshman breaststrokers and butterfly, not only went out and bettered their team best time this year by almost 4 full seconds. They just missed the national record, while Drury and McKendree both broke it. McKendree obviously winning the race by 2/10 over their conference mates, the Drury Panthers. So the top 8 finishers in the men's 400 medley relay about to be unveiled. It's McKendree, Drury, Lewis, UIndy, Findlay, Tampa, Colorado Mesa, and Missouri S&T. Men's team scores at the end of day 2. Tampa 257, Drury 209, UIndy 188, McKendree 147, Colorado Mesa 135. Those are your top 5 after 2 days of competition. All right, we'll go down to the podium presentation, and then we'll wrap up our coverage here in just a minute.
In 13th place, Wingate. In 12th place, Florida Southern. In 11th place, Carson Newman. In 10th place, Henderson State. And in 9th place, Grand Valley. We need our Drury team for our men's 400-yard medley relay to the awards-ready area. Our Drury team to the awards-ready area. Ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome to the podium our top 8 finishers in our men's 400-yard medley relay. In 8th place with a time of 3:10:36, Missouri S&T. In 7th place with a time of 3:10:31, Colorado Mesa. In 6th place with a time of 3:09:53, Tampa. In 5th place with a time of 3:09:44, Findlay. In fourth place with a time of 3:08.57, Indy. In third place with a time of 3:08.46, Lewis. Your 2024 runner-ups in the men's 400-yard medley relay with a time of 3:07.31, Drury. Presenting the awards this evening is McKendree head coach Jeremy Tierney. Your 2024 national champions in the men's 400-yard medley relay with a new NCAA Division II record of 3:07.11, McKendree.
A great moment for the McKendree Bearcats, who get it done for the second consecutive year, but this time in style by breaking the all-time record that was 7 years old, previously set by the Queens Royals. Well, it's been a great day of competition. Just running through the winners again really quick in case you joined us a little bit late. Women's 100-yard butterfly, Rafaela Rorich from Nova Southeastern won her first national championship individually in her career. Men's 100-yard butterfly, the Findlay Oilers went top two. Tim Stollings and Camilo Maruga Montano came in 45.96, 45.99 in the men's 100 fly. The 400 IM, our women's national champion and men's national champion, both come from Colorado Mesa. Benedict Nagy, Nevada transfer. One on the ladies' side, and on the men's side, Ben Sampson, who was third a year ago, was able to outtouch UIndy's Cedric Busing by 1/100th of a second in an unbelievable finish to win the 400 IM National Championship. 200-yard freestyle on the ladies' side. Nova Southeastern got a win from Emily Treachman, who PR'd in prelims and then did it again in the championship race, 1:45.60. Nova Southeastern also went 5th and 6th from Roningdahl and Rorich as the Sharks built a big lead in that race. The men's 200-yard freestyle champion also competes for Nova Southeastern. It's Marcel Snitko. What a performance. The two-time first-team All-American outtouched Grand Valley State's Matt Bosch and last year's champion and teammate Thomas Flower. Congratulations to him. Our diving champion today, the women's 3-meter board from Clarion, Alexa Gonzi, with a total award of 5:05.5. Alexa Gonzi wins her first career national championship in diving. And in the 400-yard medley relay, Colorado Mesa, the women with a 3:38.52, champions in the Rocky Mountain Athletic Conference and now at Nationals, knocking off two-time defending champion Nova Southeastern in that event. And the men's 400-yard medley relay had a ridiculously close finish between McKendree and Drury, both of whom were below the previous national record standard time, and now McKendree stands all alone atop the podium for the second year in a row with a 3:07.11. Nobody has ever gone faster in Division II 400 medley relay. A lot of fun, and we got a fun day planned for you tomorrow, so we certainly hope you'll join us again at 10 a.m. local time for prelims and for the final session beginning at 5:30 p.m. on the 500 freestyle, 100 back, 100 breast, 200 butterfly, and the 200 freestyle relay. And the men will have their 3-meter diving competition tomorrow. On behalf of our entire production crew, I'm Brendan Gulick. Thanks for tuning in on NCAA.com. We hope to see you again tomorrow as we continue our coverage the next 2 days, working toward our 2024 national champion.